Today's news. Flooding in Azerbaijan discussed with international organizations. Youth conduct forum. On July 15th, a roundtable discussion was held at the Park Inn Hotel regarding both the causes and effects of the flooding in the southwestern regions of Azerbaijan. The event was held with the financial support of the Azerbaijan office of the Open Society Institute Assistance Fund. During the discussion, the Kur Civil Society Organization presented to the representatives of international organizations information about the disastrous aftermath of the flood that damaged 40 regions and affected 110 hectares of land in Azerbaijan. Kur Civil Society Organization coordinator Oktay Gulaliev said in his speech that the main reason for the disaster was the silting of the Kur River's delta. According to Gulaliev, if over the past 5 years 1 billion AZN would have been properly allocated for irrigation, the flooding would not have happened. The Society's media group head, Idrak Abbasov, showed video clips regarding the issue. He said that progress had stalled on repairing the damages left by the flood. The flood was not a natural disaster, as the government claimed, said ecologist Sevil Yubashova. We began warning the government in February 2004 that measures needed to be taken to prevent a flood. They did not listen to us. Yubashova suggested a large-scale cleaning of the river should begin to prevent future floods from happening. The Center for Economic Investigations head, Gubad Ibagoglu, criticized the government's assessment on the damages and their compensation for them. The offering of several hundred AZN as compensation to citizens that suffered huge losses is insulting, said Ibagoglu. Ibagoglu also drew attention to the lack of transparency in how the money meant for repairing flood damages was being used. More than 300 million AZN that was allocated from the budget to eliminate the effects of the flooding has not been used effectively, emphasized Ibagoglu. Parliament member Pana Hussein, who frequently visits the disaster zone, said ineffective operation of the government creates a serious concern. Ilham Amiraslanov, a resident of the flood-damaged Gasimbeyli villages, said that the administration has delayed the restoration of Sarisu Lake Dam and that 3 villages still remain underwater. Amiraslanov believes that the areas were allowed to be flooded because officials wanted to acquire these lands. Amiraslanov called on international organizations to support the citizens affected by the flood. More than 100 people from the affected villages will go to Baku to meet with the president next week. We will attempt to give him thorough information regarding the situation in our villages, said Amiraslanov. At the end of the event, Kur Civil Society unveiled its future action plan. The plan will evaluate the damages suffered by the people in the flooding zone. On July 15th, the Civil Solidarity Party youth organization conducted a forum on the theme, Azerbaijani Youth, Problems and Perspectives. During the forum, they discussed the problem of youth being prosecuted for sharing views with the opposition. Also discussed was negligence in the education field. They stated that a lack of educated youth in the country begins at the secondary schools and does not improve in universities. As a result of this, unqualified and illiterate youth are becoming prevalent within the society. Participants at the event linked the anti-democratic climate in the country and a previous failure at protesting poor education to why youth are remaining silent. The forum also addressed the inactivity of youth in public life and their apathetic attitude towards society.